Hi, I'm going to play her. She's on here talking about being appalled by young girls who were walking around and how they were dressed. I think she probably went to Queen's Park, wherever she was, and she's talking about the daughters are bait and the mothers are sending their daughters out on the street as bait. I just want to say that at her age, I don't know her age, but at a certain age, you should know that you're not having children. You should know that your children are not your own. You should know at a certain age that all you're doing is providing a container for a spirit to jump into when they're born. When your child is born, you provided a container for a spirit. I don't know if they're paying in the spirit world to jump into babies, but you should know that your container that you provide, that you pushed out, there's some spirit. There are spirits vying for that body, the body. Okay, so when that spirit jumps into the baby, that body, it's going to imprint on you. Yes, it's going to look like you because you and the person you got to help bear that baby, to fertilize that egg, it's going to look like you. And it's going to, if you feed that baby and kiss up that baby and put clothes on that baby or whatever, that baby is going to imprint on you, but it's not yours. You should know that by a certain age. It's not yours. You have 18 years of domestication. You have 18 years. Whoever put 18 years, they know. Certain places 16, they know. You have that time to domesticate that child, and after 18 years, it unravels. Check it out. You don't have to listen to me. Check it out. After 18 years, all that you have said, all that you have done, it unravels, because you hear people say, oh, he's a man now, he's talking back, oh, she thinks she's a woman now, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it starts to unravel. You don't even know what you brought in. Many people look at their children and say, well, I know it's my child, but I know it's my child. I can't understand why it's doing that. I don't understand how it turned to be, how you kill someone, how it's smoking, the husband, me, we don't smoke, drinking. You don't really seem to understand simple things, because we're not going to understand this realm. You don't want to understand the realm. You're not going to understand this realm that you're in. But you are providing containers for spirits to enter. The spirit that entered that child could have been a bum, could have been a rapist, could have been a pedophile. It could be any sort of spirit that jumped into your child when your child, they're just waiting for you to deliver that. And the nicer the container, the better. They're just waiting for you to have that baby so that they can sit right there in the center of that brain, of the mind, and they wait. When they're 18 years old, they step into themselves, and you start to see, it's like, who is this person that I had? Who is this person that I raised? The same boy is going to try to put his hands around your neck and slap you around and curse you. You do not even understand something that you should understand. Okay, I'm going to play her. You are not understanding at a certain age. You should get this thing straight. You should be understanding certain things about life. You have never had a baby. You have containers that are that recycled souls insert themselves into. And in Barbados, a recycled soul that is looking around Barbados, it can't be no good. Can't be no good. In places like India, when a Buddha dies, they would watch children who are born around the death of the Buddha to see if that Buddha has reincarnated in one of those children. You don't do stuff like that. You don't look for stuff like that. Even if your child has a mark, like a birthmark, you don't realize that, okay, this guy that got shot up down the street, he got shots all over his body. My child has like 6 birthmarks going down there. You're not thinking, well, It's just like Omar. I say Omar because you know Omar is a blighted name in Barbados. Is this because is this Omar that that just recycled into my child? You have got to come get into some sense. You have got to get into some, just, it's not even spirituality. It's nothing like that. It's just common basic sense. It's common basic sense when you see people being born, children being born, and they're behaving like the last ancestors and the ones before that, and they're behaving just, everyone is behaving the same. It's like no one is spiraling out. No one is spiraling into the future. No one is getting better. Everything is the same and getting worse. Okay, but I'm going to play her. But it's about time, though, guys. It's about time that you grow into the knowledge that you're providing containers for disembodied spirits to enter when you have a baby.
What exactly is it that you're doing to your young daughters? Why are you using your children as bait? That's how I see it. You allow your children to leave home in the skimpiest of skirts and shorts, the shortest of shirts. And these are kids from the age range of probably like 12 to 13, 12 to 14. 11, let's say 11 to 14. I was appalled the way y'all let your children leave home. When you let your daughters leave home dressed like that, and those disgusting men that we have in society, those disgusting boys, see them and become aroused because that is how you let them leave home. You think them can fight off them? You think that they can fight off anybody off of them? It is disgusting. Y'all make my stomach sick. I saw it yesterday, saw the behavior. Do you understand how it is and how your children conduct themselves on the street when they tell one of the guys Shafet? The trek from Shafet, from the garrison, Savannah, to Shafet Rockley, horrible. I left the garrison. When we left the garrison, we went up to Worthing. And at different times, I got to see these children walking, going up. Because by now, a lot of the van men don't pick them up. They had Shafet in a mess. The way they behave on the streets is atrocious. Little young children. And you let them on the road dress in this manner. All the backside cheeks out at 11, 12, 13, 14. When they gotta do better. Don't bother about teachers. Don't bother about whoever your parliamentarian representative is. Don't bother about the elder at church that would have had to speak to her if they was good church. You understand? Don't bother about them things. Don't deal with how you, as a parent, what your responsibilities are in preparing your child for adulthood.
There's no preparation for adulthood, okay? Once that child becomes 18 years old, all that you have taught your child unravels. It's a fact. It unravels. Domestication only goes that far, okay? You are providing vessels for demons, for spirits to enter, okay? What you're seeing is not a child when they behave that way. You're not seeing a child. You are seeing an old spirit trying to remember, trying to initiate, trying to organize itself in the body that you provided. And when you see it and you say, oh, she's saying, oh, you need to do better and blah, blah, there's nothing you can do other than not having children. There's nothing you can do other than not being fruitful and not multiplying. Whoever told you to be fruitful and multiply is Luciferian. It's the devil himself. Okay? You are not actually having a child. It's just a container that imprints on you because you're going to feed it. You're going to hug it up, kiss it up, love it up. And it imprints on you. But once it reaches a certain age, all of what you provided unravels, and that spirit energy starts to come into itself. And like I probably said it before, you say, oh, it's getting big, they're talking back, and it's think he's a man, she thinks he's a woman. Nah, what you're seeing is what you're creating. What you are seeing is what you are creating. You are baking a cake, and you don't know if it's going to be a chocolate cake, a strawberry cake, an ice cream cake, or what, but it could be any sort of cake. And it's even worse when I'm talking about what I'm talking about. It's even worse because there must be millions of spirits just waiting to enter a baby. Sometimes maybe 2 or 3 may enter, and then the child comes out and it's schizophrenic and that kind of stuff. You guys are at the age that you should know, though. You guys are at the age that you should know. No Jesus, no going to church, no nothing. There are no works. There's nothing you can do. You can't say, oh, I'm going to be good. I'm going to go and like feed the homeless and blah. There's nothing you can do. Once you are in this realm, it's over. Once you're in this realm, you actually need salvation. Because there's nothing here. There is nothing here that can save you. You see what else she's saying?
Deal with that. Man, when a horrible, I tell you so, when a horrible, it's shameful. It is shameful when allowing these children to do as they feel like. In a classroom, a teacher can't tell them nothing. You let them go to school however they feel to attire themselves. Unkept. What about here? When I can't pay, when I don't pay the school fees, when school fees due, how y'all are going to find them if y'all crying for school fees and to be able to not being able to pay school fees at the beginning of the term? How are you going to find money every week to make sure that the children here remain neat? Horrible. They're doing as they feel like. They can wear whatever they feel like to school. They can wear the hair however they feel like, and still. What's the literacy rate in Barbados? It climbed since when they letting them come to school, going to people's classrooms as they feel like. Parents wanna go do better, man. Wanna got to do better. I'm not saying that regardless of whatever you're doing or how you're failing your child, it doesn't give any man or boy the right, you understand, to force themselves on your children, but you are encouraging it. You're using your children as bait, seeing the little girls in my neighborhood walking around with all the fronts print out. They're not leaving anything and walking next to the mothers. That is what y'all are doing. If the society is not safe for me as an adult at 50, will you think about your child that is 11 or 12 and now gone to secondary school?
Okay. Like I said, it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. What the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry. It's not going to get any better. I'm so sorry I said that. You are providing vessels. You are providing a body for a spirit to enter, and you have to take what you get. You don't know what spirit you have fed and love up and kiss up or whatever, but when it reaches a certain point, when it's remembering, there's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. When they enter that vessel, they lose their memory. That's what it is. It's instant amnesia. So when they are trying to remember all that life that they're having with you, they're trying to remember. By 18, it's over. By 18 years old, it's over. Okay? This is Sherry Veronica.